Alright, so today we're going to learn about Pinot Grigio, okay? Pinot Grigio is usually considered the lightest of all white wines, so it's a great way to kind of start off our series. It is from Italy, so usually northern Italy, near like Venice, an area called Alto Adige is usually where you find most of your Pinot Grigio. So you're going to think of northeast Italy is where you're going to find most of the Pinot Grigio in the world's grown. Other fun things to know about Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio is also known as Pinot Gris. So Pinot Grigio, exact same grape. And the Italians call it Pinot Grigio. Usually the French call it Pinot Gris. And then also Pinot Grigio is a sister to Pinot Noir. They look very, very similar, and they're kind of the sister and brother combos of Pinot Gris and Pinot Noir. Alrighty? When all wines we talk about, we're always going to talk about the structure. So we're going to talk about the body of the wine, the flavor profile of the wine, and then is the wine dry or sweet, right? So body is how it feels in your mouth. So usually, like I said, waters are medium bodied. If it's lighter than water, something like skim milk, light bodied, heavier than water, something like whole milk, that's going to be full bodied. Pinot Grigio is light bodied, right? So very, very close to skim milk. So very light, very clean, very refreshing. When you switch it around, very, very light bodied style wine to it. Flavor profile. Pinot Grigio actually is what we like to call a neutral varietal. It does not have a lot of flavor. Pinot Grigios aren't one of those wines that you're going to just be blown away with. Like, oh wow, it's got so much stuff going on. It's got this and this and this. That's not Pinot Grigio's gig. Pinot Grigio is supposed to be clean, crisp, refreshing, right? So when you talk about Pinot Grigio, you're going to talk usually about citrus fruits, right? So you're going to talk about limes, lemons, oranges. And a lot of times we play around with what we call blossoms. So just think of blossoms as being the flower of the lemon, or the flower of the orange, or the flower of the lime. That's even a more mild flavor than the actual fruit. So there's these really mild citrusy flavors, and that's what's going to get in Pinot Grigio. And then last, dry or sweet. Remember, dryness means the lack of sweetness. So Pinot Grigio is going to be classified as dry. It's not sweet at all. It's definitely a dry wine. When we talk about Pinot Grigio that we all offer usually 3 to 4 Pinot Grigios. We have things like Benvolio Pinot Grigio, which is out of Friuli, again, northeast Italy. It is our classic style Pinot Grigio. Light, clean, crisp, refreshing, very mild in flavor. We all have a alternative to Italy, so we all usually have an Argentine Pinot Grigio, which is going to be a little bit more fruit forward, a little bit more floral, a little bit more of that kind of blossom kind of flower to it. We start talking about things like nectarine, and apricot. And then usually we all have a high-end style Pinot Grigio, where Benvolio is great for entry level. We usually have Olivia Faluga or Herman, which are your high-end style Pinot Grigios. They're talking about best producers in the world, and this is the kind of Pinot Grigio that they produce. And then lastly, the other Pinot Grigio you usually have is actually a Pinot Gris. Usually we have one from Oregon. Oregon is very known for Pinot Gris. Pinot Gris will give you a little more roundness to it, a little more softness to it, and a touch more sweetness to it. A lot of us use Avasheim or Chehalem or the Barrymore, actually, out of California. Last but not least, we're going to talk about our pairings. What do we pair Pinot Grigio with? First, when we talk about pairings, we talk about food, and we're going to talk about people. The people for Pinot Grigio, when you see tables of younger drinkers, people who are 22, 23, just getting into the wine world, that's where Pinot Grigio lies, right? Pinot Grigio is the #1 white wine selling for that we sell in Cafe Deluxe, because we do have a little bit younger clientele that's not as educated when it comes to wine. So that's where you want to really jump on those people who just want something nice, light, simple, clean, and crisp. Pinot Grigio is your answer. Food-wise, right? When people order things like ahi tuna, when people order things like the ahi tuna tacos, arugula prosciutto flatbread, those are the areas where Pinot Grigio is going to shine, because you want dishes that are going to be very light and very mild in flavor. They don't have tons of big flavors like you get in salmon. So that's where Pinot Grigio really shines when it comes to the pairings. Alrighty? Takeaways that we want you to take away from Pinot Grigio is that anyone ever looking for light, easy drinking, dry wine, they're telling you, I want a glass of Pinot Grigio, right? Light, clean, crisp, dry, that's Pinot Grigio, citrus fruits. Second takeaway I want you to take away is going to be Pinot Grigio is the #1 selling wine at Cafe Deluxe, right? So when it comes to wines to talk about at the Cafe Deluxe, for whites, Pinot Grigio is one of the kings, right? And the other thing I want you to kind of think of is when it comes to the pairing aspect of it. Pinot Grigio is great for pairing with people who are a little bit younger to drink, new to wine, and also your kind of catch-all for those lighter flavored fish dishes.